Okay, according to the Swiss psychiatrist, Jung, and his analytical psychology, and the German philosopher Martin Heidegger, the creator of design analysis. There are two axioms to base the analysis because the clinical vision must be based on a theory. Otherwise, it all turns out to result misgiven or mistaken or uncertain. So psychology, without theory is definitely not psychology. So theory is indispensable, and it has to come previously before approaching the patient at a practice. But anyway, the first axiom written by Heidegger: every relationship is a relationship between you and yourself. So we are monologizing all the time because the unconsciousness is there speaking silently. You cannot hear the sound of the voice because it is voiceless and mute. So, it is important to bear in mind, very important, to bear in mind that the unconsciousness, is always there to determine every movement, every step, every thought, everything by default. It's this is very interesting point to be considered. And the first, the second axiom, written by Jung, every unconscious content, is projected onto the world, outside. Everything outside is nothing but a pile, a pack, a stack of representations that we, put them out. So, based on these two axioms, it is easy to understand that there is no difference between the real person and an imaginary person from this clinical perspective, vision, point of view, because the person will be talking, the patient will be talking not to someone. He brings, but he will be talking to himself anyway. So it is necessary to distinguish the reality from the truth. Now what matters, we have to take in account is not reality but the truth. What matters is the truth, because we are talking about affection, not about perception. But anyway, when a patient, starts to speak, or monologize, for him, he is relating to the person he mentions. He mentioned. As a matter of fact, he is relating to some affectionate, content within. Of course, he doesn't know anything about that. And if the patient reports that someone close to him, his wife for example, bothers him, she annoys him all the time. For him, the cause of the malaise, the problem is her. Okay, so she is the cause of the problem. But from our point of view, clinical point of view, um, uh, it is the affection is the cause of the problem, which was dislocated, and he doesn't know anything about that. Okay, now at a psychiatric hospital, it's a true true story. It happened. During my session at a psychiatric hospital. Very, it's funny to remember because I left it a lot. I left it at the patient and I left it with the patient. Actually, the two of us left it a lot because it happened, so spontaneous, so natural. But anyway, during the session, the patient complains about his belly. He got punchy. He gained some weight because of a medication. He was taking a medication, neuroleptic, an anti, psychotic, for schizophrenia, and so he had gained some weight. But anyway, because of this medication, and it caused him to become a compulsive, compulsive to eat sugar. Then I thought, to myself, I wasn't expecting the patient to bring out, something to base to be a perfect, representation, to represent, his unconscious contents. But I thought that it popped, into my mind, at the moment, very funny. I thought to myself that his fat belly could be a perfect, representation and of some unknown or unconscious intention. Then I asked the patient, that's when I started, to laugh. I asked the patient to put his belly, okay, on the empty chair in front of him and start up a conversation, with his belly. And the conversation now went on just like this. He was playing two characters, okay, he himself and his belly, fat belly. As a patient, he said, you have bothered me lately. I don't want you anymore. I want you to get out of here immediately. Point, at his belly. And now as his belly, very sarcastic, you will not get rid of me that easy, okay? Don't even try to do that. It will be a waste of time, something like that. So it was funny because it took a while until he understood what it was all about. Not at the moment, it was funny because he couldn't, understand, my purpose, intention, and so that's it. That's the technique. Just you bring, someone, something, and this, thing or person becomes a representation of your unconscious content. So that's a Gestalt, therapy.